912 days ago, I was a completely different person. I was skinny. I didn't feel confident about myself at all. I looked in the mirror and there was no pride. There was no good feelings there. All I felt was shame, and all I felt was this oh, I can't believe I'm like this. I don't want to be like this. I had this feeling of I want to be a different person. I didn't like being me, which is sad to say, but it was the feeling that I had each day when I laid in bed. And it resulted in me just not enjoying anything in life. Going to school felt like a burden. I got pushed, made fun of a lot, and I just hated all of that. But this was the results of not going to the gym, not training hard, not actually doing anything to help me out. So I felt all the punishment for it. But in the middle of year 11, so that's the last year of high school, I started the gym. I started in about March time, and I started just training and going to the gym. A friend took me, he taught me the technique, what things to do and how I can make progress. And I just became obsessed. I just became hooked on the gym. I wanted to get big. I wanted to change my physique. As I saw he did it, he was a different person in a whole year. I was like, I've got to do the same. I want to do the same. And I was so determined, so gripped on just I've got to change. I've got to get big. I've got to just get in good shape. As this can change my whole life. This can change everything for you, genuinely everything. And when I say I was obsessed, I was as obsessed you can be. How some guys are obsessed with goals, I was just obsessed with the gym. All I wanted to do was just go gym and make the progress. I wanted to bench 100 kg. That was everything to me. That was my world, just imagining that goal each day. I remember sitting in maths class and I wasn't doing my Pythagoras theorem and whatnot. Instead, I was just thinking about the gym. I just wanted to think about bench press, deadlift. I was thinking how am I going to make progress? I was imagining, visualizing the session that I was about to go ahead. And I didn't do this because I thought it was a good habit to do, or I thought there was any productivity or what it was good to do. I just did it because I was so obsessed with the gym. I just wanted to. That's all I could think about. Is the best way to explain it. And that's all that was on my mind. As when I came, as soon as school was done, most people were revising because the GCSEs were coming soon, the final exams. Most people are grinding hard, they're revising, they're putting hours in each day. All I could think about was the gym, I can't lie. I was going, from school, I'd have all my gym stuff in my bag and I'd go straight to the gym. Straight there, spend 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours there. And then I'd come home and maybe I'd revise for a minute or two. But I never really revised. But my priority was the gym. Everything I had to do was the gym. I didn't care about my GCSEs. I was just I got to go gym. I got to get big and I got to get in good shape. Because that's the only thing I could ever see that could generally change my life. And it was it seemed so much more important than doing GCSEs. And this, I was consistent. I stayed. I can only think of a handful of days when I missed the gym. I would go see a girl or something and I'd miss the gym once or twice. But apart from that, I really can't think of days where I missed the gym. I showed up no matter the weather, no matter the storm. I remember on my bike, just pedaling there in the pouring rain. It was, I've never seen rain like it. And I went to the gym and that. And I came in and my coat was so soaked. But it felt so good because I was so consistent with it. And I was just there every day, just showing up, doing my workouts. And you get to know people. You get I knew everyone from a gym because I was just that consistent there. I was showing up all the time. And if you ever want to learn how you can stay this consistent in the gym, drop me a message on Instagram down below. But at the same time I was around gym, I bulked up. I was doing a calorie surplus where you eat more food than you actually need so you can gain weight and you can get bigger. This is what you've got to do as a skinny guy, is you've got to, as obviously the goal is to get bigger, and you can't just get bigger just from lifting weights and going to the gym each day. You've got to bulk up and you've got to have a good diet as well. This was my problem. I was eating more food, but my problem was for the foods that I was eating. As when I started the gym, I was eating Belgian buns, cookies, pizzas. I was just eating the unhealthy foods. I didn't care about the quality of foods at all. I was eating whatever and whenever. And this carried on. I just kept eating more and more of the unhealthy food. I just had more ice cream. I had more pizza, more mozzarella sticks. This was just the foods I was eating. And this was definitely a big mistake on my part, as these foods, they didn't give me the muscle that I wanted. They didn't give me the leanness that I wanted to have. Instead, it gave me a lot of fat on my body. It made me feel a lot heavier, a lot more unhealthy, as I was getting more spots, more back knee, a bigger belly, more chubbiness in the cheeks. This was just from eating these unhealthy foods. This did stunt my progress a lot at the gym. I didn't realise it at the time. I didn't realise it for a long time. But this was biggest factor that held me back from making even more progress than before. As if I knew everything I knew now when I started the gym, I'd be miles ahead. But obviously, that's not how it works, and you've got to learn through making mistakes. And my biggest mistake was I had just had a bad diet throughout, and I had a bad diet for a long time. But I stopped this diet because I went for a run one day, and it was only a mile I ran, but I remember being so tired, so proper sweating from it, my legs aching, all from just running. And once this happened, I was like, okay, there's something I've got to change. And I realised I wasn't in good shape because I was eating bad food, and I need to eat good food and whatnot. So I started eating meats, vegetables, fruit, the healthy foods, the whole foods, the foods you imagine Cristiano Ronaldo eating, or any professional athlete, just they're not eating KFC, they're not eating McDonald's. Eating these healthy foods, I started to not just focus on just lifting weights and being big, as that is very good to do, and it's it does change your physique, but it can get boring after a while. So I started to do boxing, I started to do running more. I did still lift weights, but I started to mix it up and add a couple more things into there to just give myself more variety. Coupled with eating healthy foods, I started to get abs. I started to get really lean and really shredded, but I still have muscle on me. I was still stronger than most guys I've ever known, but I was getting lean. I was getting in the good shape that I wanted to be in. And I started to just really look good and feel a lot healthier. As I had more energy, I could work out twice a day. I could do weights in the morning, then boxing in the afternoon. And this was my workout routine for a while. And you just feel brilliant when you've got that much energy, you're eating healthy foods and you feel that good. So that's how I just changed everything in 912 days. And the biggest lesson, the biggest thing that I did in those 912 days is I showed up nearly every day. I missed hardly any days at all. I don't reckon I missed over 50 days in those 912 days. And that is the best thing to have, consistency, is just keep showing up each day. And if you want to learn more about that, please drop me a message on Instagram down below. But thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.